knows nothing, can understand nothing. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
Good tidings, everybody, and welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. This is episode number 47 of the Ansem Report podcast. We are happy you're joining us today. I am here with my brother, Jason.
Hello.
Who is one of the cutest boys I've ever known. Look at you. You're all cute over there. I'm Mike, one of the cutest boys I've never known.
You hope to meet someday.
I hope to meet him someday. We got an action-packed show for you this week. We have a translation of a new Kingdom Hearts document to talk about.
Ooh.
We have a small theory that I think is interesting that we're going to talk about. Maybe it's a little cool. We have an email from a listener.
Oh.
What's up, listeners? We're gonna say hello to the listeners.
You're out there. You're real.
You're real. We have, as always, the question of the week. Question of the week. And then I promised a couple announcements.
Oh, snap.
This week, as well as the secret Ansem report. So like I said, action-packed show.
I'm sorry, the secret Ansem report?
By Blue Kingdom, yes.
You mean the secret Ansem report?
Oh, my apologies. It's just such a packed show. I didn't think we could fit in that second report, but you're right, we can.
I'm disgusted.
I found some room. Before we get into all that, Jason, today, when I opened up my Discord, I received a beautiful message.
Absolutely beautiful.
From different members of the Discord thanking us for making the podcast. And I'm not going to play that message on here because I want to keep it for me.
Right.
I want to keep it for us.
Right.
But thank you to everybody who contributed to that message telling us thank you. We don't require that. That's not something we expected.
I was like, oh, I have a message? What's this? And then there's just this audio file with like a ton of different people's messages, and personal messages to us.
Lots of funny jokes in there. And
yes.
There was some Meteor Phoenix talk and things like that. But I really enjoyed that, and it made my heart, I felt like my heart was connected to the people in that message. So yeah, I was gonna say like get bigger or swell, but that's not what Kingdom Hearts does. So I wanted to make it Kingdom Hearts. So we appreciate that, and we're gonna take a quick second to tell you how grateful, with the holiday season coming up and everybody spending time with family and doing all that. We're grateful to have this extra Kingdom Hearts Ansem Report podcast family. Yeah, that we can talk to and hang out with and we will continue to stay on our bullshit. We will always stay on our bullshit. So thank you guys for that. That was really touching and wonderful and amazing, and we love you. So thank you. May your heart be your guiding key. Episode's over. Just kidding. Let's get to the episode. First, Jason, we have an email.
An email.
We love getting emails. You can email us anytime at answerreportpodcast@gmail.com, and we will get it. And unless you send us like nudies, we will probably read it on air. Because I don't know how to.
How would you? Yeah.
I don't know how to read a nudie.
There's kind of like a freckle on right above the nipple there.
See this? I didn't want to get into this, and here we are. So this is from our good friend Jip214.
Yo, what up, Jip?
Hey, Mike and Jason, it's your boy Jip214.
It's your boy.
It's your boy. A couple of episodes. I need to get my reading going. I got some shit to read today. A couple of episodes ago, you guys said you love getting emails, so here I am. As someone who grew up playing Kingdom Hearts, I love hearing a perspective of someone who went through the same things I did as a kid. Also, to finally find someone who hates Jiminy Cricket as much as I do is refreshing. Love you guys. Please keep up the good work. P.S. When you streamed on Halloween, I pitched you a question of the week you liked but never used.
Oh, shit.
It was describe Kingdom Hearts in one sentence. Wrong answers only. So that will be this week's question of the week. It says love JIP 214.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm just kidding. Love Jip 214. I always want to call him JIP, but he's Jip. He's your boy. First of all, I want to say if you're streaming with us and you want us to like remember something you suggested, I have the memory of Sora while he's in Castle Oblivion.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to remember, but I appreciate
and if he does, he's going to remember it wrong.
Right. Which is what he wanted for this, I guess. So I kind of screwed that up. But that will be our question of the week this week. And thank you for the email. We hate Jiminy Cricket. Hate him.
Paid for by the Ansem Report podcast.
Jiminy Cricket is a menace. Paid for by the Ansem Report podcast. That's our political ad against Jiminy Cricket. He's a cricket and he smells.
Oh my God.
And he's little and tiny and he repeats himself a lot.
He thinks he's smarter than you.
He wants you to wish upon a star. When has wishing upon a star ever gotten anything done? Paid for by the Ansem Report podcast. We're gonna cut a bunch of political Jiminy Cricket ads.
This is the Ansem Report podcast, and we approve this message.
Yeah, I like that. So Jason, let's talk about.
I hope nobody cuts that out of context and just puts it on
something horrible. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. If you just gave him the idea, so thanks for that. Jeez.
Yeah, because you could have cut this part out.
No, we have to be authentic.
It's true.
We have to be authentic in our message here at the Ansem Report podcast. They're going to add that on too now. This is definitely authentic. Let me just say more things that incriminate me.
No, I'm serious. We're being so authentic
Even if we tell you it's not authentic later on, this was definitely authentic. Anyway, let's get to some news. You ready for some Kingdom Hearts news? I feel like we need a news stinger.
Yeah. We need one of those
I was just going to say that, yes.
Hold up, I'm getting something here. Breaking news.
Breaking news for the Kingdom Hearts front. This one's not so breaking.
Breaking news from Chip and Dale, who know everything.
Yeah. We got Jiminy Cricket out in the field. Just kidding. I would never hire him. He's
Cricket,
a menace.
Look out.
So I'm reading this from our good friends at KHinsider.com. Good people over there.
Oh, yeah. Doing the Lord's work.
Doing the Lord's work. Square Enix will be releasing the Kingdom Hearts series character files on February 20th, 2020. Oh. This handy book contains information about more than 200 characters from throughout the series, and it also includes new short stories written by Tomoko Kanemaki, I think is how you say that.
Mm.
The book is 224 pages long and will cost roughly 3,080 yen, which is roughly $28.32 in US dollars.
Oh my God.
So it doesn't sound like it's something that's coming to America as of yet. However, they posted a sample page of it, which happens to be Xigbar's character page.
Oh, snap.
And, us in the Kingdom Hearts community being people that just we're like lore vacuums.
Right.
Lore Roombas. Any
Fiends.
sniff of lore on the carpet, I'm Roombaing over there and sucking that shit up. I don't care. If
I'm thinking
a table
more,
in the way
more
or
like the Teletubbies vacuum.
The new?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm just
Sucking up that tubby custard that they spilled on the floor? Hell yeah. Never thought you'd hear a Teletubbies reference in our show, but there you go. So, before we get to the Xigbar thing, here's a quote from it. Or of what it is, I guess. A complete introduction of all the charming characters from throughout the series, from the original Kingdom Hearts to Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. Introducing over 200 characters with highlights from memorable scenes. Includes new short stories written by Tomoko Kanemaki, revolving around characters who are deeply involved in the story. Chapter 1, Guardians of Light and those connected to them. Chapter 2, Real Organization 13 and the Power of Darkness. Chapter 3, Characters from the Worlds. And Chapter 4, Ancient Keyblade Wielders. So it sounds like this thing goes pretty in depth, and it'll be exciting
this is like the Kingdom Hearts Bible.
Right, and it still comes out 3 days before Remind on Xbox One. Our friend Luna Scree, who she's translated stuff before. We're using her translation here, and it's pretty long, so I'm gonna read it, and I haven't read this yet, so I don't know if this makes any kind of modicum of sense.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not proper English.
Well, that, or just I don't know. I think this is a translation of the little story and then all the blurbs that are under the pictures.
Sides, yeah.
So it's I don't know.
Without context, it's hard.
So we're going to try it. This is a story from long, long ago. The people of the world lived in peace, bathed in the warmth of light. But eventually a struggle broke out over the light, and as a result, everything was returned to nothing. However, if you're asking how long ago this happened, it's a story from so long ago no one knows. Thinking about it right at this moment, it's probably a story from long, long ago. You're looking at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about, aren't you? Right, you don't have to understand right now. I wouldn't mind if you did understand, though. You understand that judging a book by its cover is the height of stupidity, don't you? Maybe it's possible that the way the box looks is the same. Is the black box actually black? What kind of black? Was it ever actually black? Stupid people only look for the black box. That's why they don't know what kind of box the black box actually is or what's inside. Interesting. Continuing on.
Think about any box ever in all of Kingdom Hearts. It doesn't even have to be black anymore.
This next part is a quote. Suppose the black goat sends the white goat to find a letter that he hid of his own volition. With what purpose has he done so? Only one person has ever asked me that. I think it's likely that person was the type to have some doubt as to whether the box was actually black or not. Or it could be that they knew something else. There's a big difference between understanding and knowing. Just who was that person? Nah, that's just me talking to myself. Now let's get back to talking about the box. Why did that box disappear? The ancient age, right? The box that has been protected by Keyblade wielders ever since long, long ago has gone away somewhere. Why am I looking for it, you ask? Well, it's a story where a lot happened. What exactly are you trying to ask? Do you feel like your mind is like...
I think I know what he's talking about.
Okay. I maybe because I'm reading it,
it's harder.
It's harder for me to understand.
Yeah.
So you're gonna recap it for me when we're done.
It's just a theory as to what he's talking about.
It is a story from when I had a different name. That's right. There was definitely a time when my name was different. Luju. It was that name. You're asking me if I forgot? There's no way I forgot. It's not something to forget, right? There were 6 foretellers. What are the foretellers, you ask? Well, people who foretell. Nah, actually, they're the ones who the Book of Prophecies were entrusted. Those times were kind of fun, but this is a story from before those times ended. Even I had a training period. Don't look at me like you don't believe me. Hey, if I told you this world is going to end, what would you do? Would you think there's nothing you can do, or would you think that you had to do something? Remember what I just told you about the black box. No one really understands what kind of black it is. And what is the end of the world in the first place? Will it be pure black or pure white? No one understands what will actually happen. But there was someone, a person who did know. That person gave the Foretellers missions along with the Book of Prophecies. Each mission was different. I have no idea what he was thinking when he gave me this mission, and I don't understand whether that was correct either. And that's it. There were asterisks next to that goat quote. And it says, as far as I can tell, and this is Luna Screed's commentary on it.
Yeah.
This seems to be a reference to a Japanese children's song called Yagizan Yubin. It is a song that exists in an infinite loop where 2 characters, black and white goats, continually write letters to each other, but then eat the letters without ever reading them. So what do you think of this, Jason?
To me, it kind of seemed like it's referencing, like, okay, everyone wants to know, like, what's in the black box, but no one even knows if it's good or if it's bad. I think the person that he's, like, referencing, like, oh, somebody asked me, I think that's Master Ava, because, like, she's the one who kind of, like, talks to him at the end and pretty much starts the Keyblade War.
Right.
Being like, oh, and then he tells her, like, what his role is or whatever, that, too. So she would have more insider info.
Who do you think he's talking to when he's saying all this right now, though?
I think he's talking to, like, a news reporter, probably. Somebody maybe...
Shut up.
Giving an interview. It's kind of like
Jiminy Cricket in the field?
It's kind of like that Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game where in between they're, like, being interviewed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We never finished that,
No, we did not.
Yeah. Huh. Wonder why. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is pretty weird. The translation, they did a good job of definitely having it read like Xigbar. I should have probably read it in a Xigbar voice, or had you read it in a Xigbar voice.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. I don't know all well what it means, right? It kind of, but it's intriguing. It's provocative.
It is.
For the sake of provocativeness. Is that like the short story that the guy wrote? You know what I mean? Because it's not.
I feel like it is.
It's not really a story. It's just kind of him talking, and then he says.
Yeah, but that's Xigbar though. He would just ramble.
Right. What's interesting to me is he talks about how people don't know what kind of black the box is, meaning kind of evil.
Yeah,
that's inside it.
Yeah.
And then he parallels that with people don't really know what the end of the world is either. Right. And to me, I think there's a parallel there that he's trying to make that he doesn't come out and say.
Yeah. Is it all good?
Is it all bad? Is it all good? Is it both? Yeah. Is it neither? You know, like there's I don't know what this does for the lore or whatever, but it's interesting to think about.
It's definitely a much more adult theme.
Yeah, for sure. It's very existential.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the newer stuff has been that way, existential. Like a lot of the Union Cross story stuff.
Yeah.
Is pretty.
Is any of this even real?
Well, right.
Or not?
Kingdom Hearts has always had a bit of existentialism in it, but this is like different. It's more adult existentialism.
Yeah, definitely.
As opposed to, am I having a dream or am I not? You know. Like,
yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know if Remind's going to answer any of this. I think we're in for a big loop with a lot of this Union Cross stuff. Like Remind really didn't have any. The only scenes that like could, you know, fit in are the ones that with Xigbar and Luxord of what we've seen.
Yeah.
Unless Yozora is from the Age of Fairy Tales or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nothing we've seen is kind of like, hey, there were 6 Foretellers and Xigbar's real name is Luju, and you know.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of that in the Remind. And so I think whatever the next game is probably going to deal with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's going to like bridge with what's going on in the Union Cross mobile game.
Maybe.
That's what I think.
Or they'll just keep extending the fucking mobile game.
Well, they kind of have to, right?
If people will just keep paying them $15 a week.
If people are still paying them, they kind of have to.
Right.
Like, I know, like
shareholder-wise.
Games like that get a bad rap, but it's like, that's what they exist for, to make money. So you can
money.
So they can put that money into like other projects that are more palatable to our tastes.
Right.
I mean, the amount of money I've given to City Opera Omnia,
it's disgusting.
I could send my kids to college. Just kidding. I don't have kids, but it is.
I could have sent myself to college.
I could have sent myself to college. I could have a degree from Michigan State University. Just kidding. They're really expensive there. I could have had a degree from one of those cosmetology schools.
Okay.
Maybe. I'd be doing hair.
Yeah.
And nails.
Damn, you could have made me look real cute.
You already look real cute, my guy.
But like real cute.
You got the best eyebrows in the business.
I would have been like popping.
I think you're looking cute right
But now you got like maxed out people on Opera Omnia.
Yeah, no, dude, you should see my fucking Vincent, dude.
He's popping.
He's got his EX.
Okay.
He's EX plus 3 out of 3 limit break, so it's purple now.
Okay.
He's got his armor EX plus till it's purple.
Okay.
He's got his Bloomstone maxed out. So his
you should
buff
probably get that checked out.
His third or his fourth maneuver, his buff it has more uses.
More uses.
Yeah.
And more usage.
Oh, and it's more powerful.
Ooh.
I got Vincent's like that. Ultimecia is like that.
Ultimecia,
I say Ultimecia. You say Ultimecia.
I like Ultimacia.
Ultimacia. Start a poll in the Discord. What is the proper pronunciation of Ultimacia? From the bad girl from Final Fantasy VIII, if you don't know who that is.
Real bad girl.
Real bad. I got Tidus. My boy Tidus is maxed. Okay. I got Ace from Final Fantasy Type 0. Maxed.
Okay. I bought that game, and I played it for like 5 minutes.
You bought it for the Final Fantasy 15 demo.
Yeah.
That game's all right. I played a little bit of it.
And then guess what? I bought Final Fantasy 15, and I didn't finish that one either.
Yeah. You're really bad at finishing games because you just play like League of Legends.
Well, I like multiplayer games more. Because it's like if I'm chilling,
Final Fantasy 15 has comrades, multiplayer.
If I'm chilling with my boys in the Discord or something, right? Or like I'm on like a Snapchat FaceTime and we're playing some games or something, right? Like if I'm trying to play with my bro.
Right, but like Pokemon, you did that.
Right, but that was one of those things where it's like we're both playing it at the same time. Like
you could have played 15 with me.
That has a bunch of multiplayer too.
You could have played 15 with me. You could have.
I could have.
I will restart Final Fantasy 15 and play at the same time with you.
And I'll be like, way behind.
No,
because I'll probably die or some shit.
No, it's not a hard. If you die, I mean, it's not a hard game. Not a hard game. Anyway, we are really off the tracks.
Yeah, we are.
So hopefully, this character guide either comes out in the U.S. or we're gonna spend the next, after February, we'll spend the next 6 months waiting on translations from certain people in the community, like Lunascree, who speak Japanese and are very good. So thank you again to Lunascree for translating that. Because without you, we'd be lost.
We'd have no way to do this except for Google Translate.
Yeah, and that's
like scuffed.
Terrible. And that's a lot of work. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, moving on. Jason, we have a small theory to discuss. This theory was actually
small.
The video, I think the box posted it in the Discord.
And
it's by a small YouTuber named Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. Ooh-ah.
Shark Tank. Ooh-ah. And Shark Tank does some Kingdom Hearts theories and such. And he has a small theory. We just watched it. And basically the crux of the theory is Yozora, in his world, Kingdom Hearts is a video game that he might play. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts, Virum Rex is a video game that Sora or Rex or whoever would play.
Yeah.
So the theory is that Yozora is going to see Sora and go, oh, you're Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And Sora's going to go, you're Yozora from Virum Rex.
Yeah. I don't know. It's where it gets really weird because it's like in Kingdom Hearts, there's like the universe, which like, for example, like the Toy Story world is like the best way to describe it. It's its own world and has its own world order or whatever, right?
Right.
You could think of that as like a galaxy, but it has its own separate, complete, like universal rules. So it's like there's a bunch of different universes in that one universe. And then it's like in this specific universe, Virum Rex is a video game, but not in like Sora's world order. Or like it's not been shown in his world order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's in Destiny Islands and fucking
that's true.
Selfies like, check out this new game. Like it's a little different. That's why I think I'm a little more than a little skeptical about it. But anyway, we should talk about it at least.
Well, here's my combat to what you're saying here. All the worlds that Sora goes to
are all a video
theoretically game. And in the lore were at one time all together.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So Toy Story, Neverland, whatever, Monsters, Inc., whatever worlds you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
According to the lore, at one point they were all together.
Yeah.
Right? And then when they split from the Keyblade War, right? That's the idea.
Uh-huh.
And then the lights in the hearts of children, according to Kyrie's grandma, who may be Ava. The fact that I have to like speak like this when I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts is sort of the grandma who also might be another person, but then there's another thing. That's ridiculous. Anyway, so the idea is, in my head, is that Virum Rex in that world where Yozora is from isn't a part of that world that was originally all together. It's like a separate timeline.
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? So like Virum Rex's world in this timeline was never part of Daybreak Town or whatever.
Yeah.
In their timeline, maybe the Keyblade War doesn't happen. Maybe it happens. You know what I mean? So that's I think.
But most likely, like Yozora is not like privy to any of that knowledge, anyways, either.
Right. But I think it's possible that Sora is a video game in that world in the same way. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh. And I don't know how you explain that they're video games to each other. Like, how do you explain, like, where did someone get an idea to make a video game like that, right?
Right.
Unless it's like those worlds are closer to
the only thing
someone
I
went
can think
to the
of,
realm of dreams. And
yeah, what I think is more likely, in my opinion, is that it's like a sleeping world or some shit, or like a deeper level or something like that, right?
Yeah. It's possible. Anything's possible at this point.
And that because it's been split up and that world's in the dream, in like the sleeping world, that like somehow that's connected through that.
Right. So people think there's a theory out there that there's a multiverse with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Similar to how there's a multiverse in Marvel movies, and that's how that was like the trick they played on you in Spider-Man Far From Home, right?
Right.
Is they were like, oh, there's a multiverse, but really it was just Jake Gyllenhaal lying his ass off.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's feasible, but it's possible.
Yeah.
And
what
I could say is
I would
that
more believe the multiverse theory over like being like it's a multiverse theory and Sora's a video game in that.
But
universe.
Hear me out. In that multiverse,
Is Sora in Smash in that multiverse?
he might be. Sora and Verum Rex
You're that guy from Smash Bros.
are like the same. They're the same person. It's just things happened and
They like fill the same role.
right.
Mm.
That's my theory. Is they're
like
two sides of the same coin.
They're star-crossed.
Well, Sora is light and
Yeah.
Yozora is dark, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean their skin tone. I mean that's what they represent.
Yes.
So to me, Yozora's world is a much more real, gritty, maybe.
Also, we've never seen it during the daytime.
Right. We've never seen him during the daytime. But his world is much more real and gritty, where Sora's world is more like cartoony and Disney. And
you can leave your mom for like 5 years.
And she'll never question it. And it's possible, in my opinion, because people have talked about at the end of when people were done with Kingdom Hearts 3 and it had just come out and people were theorizing what was going on. Are they done with Disney? Are they going to go to Final Fantasy worlds? It's possible in Yozora's timeline or multiverse or whatever.
Yeah.
All the worlds are like Final Fantasy or Square Enix related. That would be if we're going multiverse. I think that's the only reason to do it. You know what I mean? Is to go, okay, so this is Kingdom Hearts, but what if instead of Disney, it's Square Enix? Or you know what I mean? That's what I think if we're going multiverse. Otherwise, I don't think the multiverse is a thing.
Yeah. Well, because then it's like, yeah, what's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah.
Or it doesn't have to be Square Enix, I guess, but they're replacing Disney with another property. You know what I mean?
Generally, like multiverses, there's like multiple versions of like that person or somebody who replaces that person like, in their role.
Right.
So like, for example, like one of the new what ifs in the new Marvel show is what if Captain America is really Peggy Carter or whatever, right? So.
Right. No, and I get what a multiverse typically is. I'm saying if they do this, unless it's just like a passing way to explain how Yozora exists, period. I don't know why they do it if they're not introducing some new properties into the mix. You know what I mean?
It would feel like a waste. Well, yeah, it'd feel like a waste, but then it's also like it'd be a little weird too because there's already so many Final Fantasy characters in Sora's timeline. You know what I mean?
Right. Then they could still
exist.
Have
so much to like pull from.
But it's the difference between.
Are we gonna get Sora's Leon versus Yozora's Squall?
Right. But that would be cool for one.
That
and
would
two,
be so
that's
tight.
the difference between like those versions of the characters, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe in Yozora's timeline, it's the Final Fantasy remake version, but in Sora's timeline, it's the original.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like
that'd be tight.
There's ways around it, and like obviously the characters that have appeared in Kingdom Hearts that are Final Fantasy characters are not the same as they are in their game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Yuffie and Aerith and Sid are the closest.
Yeah.
But Sid doesn't smoke. He doesn't
cuss.
He doesn't cuss.
He doesn't abuse
Aerith doesn't
women.
have a sword through her abdomen.
Yeah. Yeah. She's alive.
Yuffie's pretty much the same, except she's less chaotic good and more just like neutral good.
Yeah.
And then Leon has a whole different name and he's 7'5". So
and swole as fuck.
And he's just fucking diesel. So I think that would be cool if like it was literally like you show up in Final Fantasy VIII world and they look like the blocky ass characters from the PlayStation 1 game. You know what I mean? And it's a blocky version of Sora. And Rina was like, "Wow, you're the most attractive guy in here." And Sora's like, "What the fuck? Really?" You know, like that would be funny.
It's the fucking dance, but it's Sora and Rina.
Yeah. Yeah, because then Squall gets cucked by Sora.
This is some good fanfic.
And Sora's like,
somebody write this down.
Dude, this is good fanfic. You're right.
Somebody write this down.
No one steal my idea. I'm going to write it.
Somebody write it down, but then credit Mike.
Okay. You could say based on an idea by Mike from the Ansem Report podcast.
A.K.A. SpikeGhetti.
A.K.A. SpikeGhetti.
A.K.A. Cute Boy.
A.K.A. Cute Boy. A.K.A. Big Papa Cheeseball. There was more to that nickname, but I couldn't find it. So Big Papa Cheeseball is where it's at.
Some memory witch was fucking with you.
Yeah, dude, for sure. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the series not because shout out to Shark Tank.
It starts a discussion.
It's a cool idea, and it starts a discussion. It's a very interesting idea of, because the thing is too, Sora doesn't play the video game. Yeah. Rex and Ham and those guys play the video game.
Right.
So would Yozora play Sora's video game? Probably not.
Yeah, that's why it's like a little weird.
Right. But maybe like
because like the rules are different.
Maybe like boy with fedora in his group plays the video game, or
yeah, or something.
Or guy who's mixed between Ignis and Gladio plays the video game.
Right. Right. Or like their like little brother or something plays it or some shit.
Or one of the Final Fantasy worlds they visited.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's
plays.
Like it's so it's got to be so
when
specific.
They go to Final Fantasy Type 0, Ace and Rem play Virum Rex, or they played Kingdom Hearts.
But it's called something different.
No, it'd be called Kingdom Hearts.
I feel like it'd be called something different.
Have you played Dream Drop Distance yet?
No, I hate the DS.
Yeah. All right, so let us know what you think about that theory. Shout out again to Shark Tank. Go watch his video. If he goes into some different stuff than we talked about, and he does some other Kingdom Hearts series videos. And if you like it, give the man a subscribe. I threw him one. I said, hey, I'll sub. This video was interesting.
You've knighted him with your sub.
I subbed him. I now deem you subbed. Or me subbed. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, you knighted yourself. Holy fuck.
Yeah, big brain. One final thing to talk about before we take a break, Jason. Someone did some digging. It really wasn't that hard of digging, but
they dug real far.
Kingdom Hearts Remind
is fake.
The PlayStation 4 release of it is exactly 359 days or 8, depending on what time zone you're in, from when Kingdom Hearts 3 released. Wow. Nomura, you son of a bitch.
Wow.
You son of a bitch. We should have known he'd do it to us. You know?
And then he was like, over 30 days for Xbox players.
Over 30 days. Yeah, 358 over 30 days. Which is funny because I feel like 359 days is the amount of days Xbox players have to wait to play Final Fantasy Remake too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Nomura's at it again, boys. The part 2 will be out on PlayStation 4 before
part 1 is even on Xbox.
Part 1's even out on Xbox. I feel bad for a lot of our Xbox fans. I know we do have some Xbox players.
Yeah.
I will tell you, when we go over, some of them are like, I'm gonna have to go dark while I'm waiting that month for Remind. Anytime we talk about spoilers for Remind going forward, that we know are spoilers. So like we've played the game and we go, hey, like we're gonna theorize still leading up to it.
Yeah.
But once we've played it, anything that's spoilers will be marked or will be said before we say it.
Yeah.
We're not just going to go, oh, we found out who Luke Sword is. Like we're not just going to tell you that without going, hey, guys, Remind Xbox. We're going to say Xbox players, boom, don't listen after this.
Right.
And I'll probably leave like some kind of like timestamp. So if there's more after we talk spoilers, so you guys can come back to the show. But we're gonna be
but then we'll do it wrong so that you hear the most spoilery part.
No. But if that's something you're worried about, we are going to cater to you because I feel bad for my Xbox brothers and sisters. My Xbox Series X, which is the name of the new console's name is just Xbox. Okay. And a Series X is a version of it. So they're trying to iPhone this shit. Isn't that wild?
That is pretty weird.
I'm into it. I'll get one.
Yeah, I want the... one of my favorite memes I've seen in the Discord is instead of Luju dragging like the black box, he's dragging the fucking Series X.
Yeah, I've seen that too. That one's really good. I've seen Norman Reedus and the Magic Fetus.
Oh yeah.
He's got it on his back.
Yep.
There have been a lot of really good memes.
The refrigerator one.
The refrigerator one.
I like the PlayStation 5 where it's a vacuum. Like they just.
Oh yeah, because there's that like leaked model. That's not what it's gonna look like. Yeah. I like that too. I think that's gonna look slick in your living room though. I know people are hating on it because that's what you do when something is released, but I think it's gonna look cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it. And
I don't know how tall it is though.
It's people think it's like PC size, but I don't think it is.
I think it's a little shorter.
I think it's more like. I think it's like probably just over a foot tall. It would be my guess. Because if you look at like the disk drive, it's like takes up most of the.
It's most of the width.
And the disk drive on an Xbox One X is like 6 inches. So if you do the math on that, it's like okay, it's like a foot tall.
Okay.
I like the grading on the top. That's like glows green.
Yeah, I think
that's cool.
I like that.
It looks like something it looks like your Echo Dot.
It's better than the new Mac.
Yeah, for sure.
The cheese grater.
Yeah. Anyway, we're off topic again.
I'm sure they'll come out with ways where it's like, because they always have like those different skinned versions.
Oh yeah,
and those will look cool.
I'm sure there's that light is RGB in there, and you can make it whatever color you want.
Yeah, probably.
And, it seems more PC-esque.
Yeah,
which is smart on their part, I think.
To be honest, yeah.
Yeah, because they're doing all the cross play with the PC. I mean, it sounds like everything's going to be backwards compatible. I can use my controllers with it. From Xbox One, and if you get a new controller with it, you can use that on your Xbox One. So if you got like one machine in one room and then you bring your the controllers are, which they're not changing the controller much. It's a little smaller and it has a share button.
Yeah, it was a little weird. It has a what button?
A share button, like the PS5 does or PS4 does.
Oh.
Yeah. Which I think the controller's good. I don't think it really needed to be changed much.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the Xbox controller.
Yeah, that's really nice. Anyway, this is not what we talk about in the show. We're going to take a break. We do not have an Audible ad for you this week. But we have a couple different ads we're throwing at you from me and Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Which are our 2 announcements.
Yes.
For this week that I promised you guys. So stay tuned for that. Once you hear that dun 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 dun, don't just skip.
Right.
Because you're going to hear these announcements. And then there'll be a regular ad that we always play about. Wait, what's this called? What is our podcast thing called?
Anchor?
Anchor, thank you. I was like, Switcher? Stitcher, that's a podcast service. So we'll be right back, but stay tuned for these ads because it's stuff you're going to want to hear. Good tidings, it's me, Mike from the Ansem Report, and I'm here with my brother Jason, as always.
Hello.
And guess what, Jason?
What?
It's been a while since we've done a giveaway.
Holy cow, it has.
And it's the Christmas season, so let's give the giving time.
The gift
Christmas.
of giving.
Gift of giving. Hello. I have 15 Funko Pops.
What?
15 Funko Pops to give away of different various Kingdom Hearts characters. Characters like Kyrie.
Oh, my God.
And Sora holding the Ultima weapon. And Lee.
Who?
Axel.
Oh, cool.
And Aqua. And Michael Mouse himself.
Oh, my God.
So I have various ones I want to give away. And here's the deal. There's 15 of them. We are going to give 7 away on Twitter.
Okay.
All you have to do to win on Twitter is there'll be a tweet talking about
the giveaway.
The giveaway. So you have to like, retweet, and follow us on Twitter so I can message you if you win one of the pops.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll give 7 away on Twitter. We will give the other 8 away in the Discord. And all you have to do is join our Discord, go into the channel that says Question of the Month, and just say hi. There's no question.
No.
You literally just have to say hi.
Just be like, yo, what up?
Yo, I'm here
bitches.
For the pops. And maybe you'll go to the other channels and talk to people because there'll be a cool community about Kingdom Hearts.
And maybe you'll say, what's poppin'?
And maybe you'll say, what's Funko poppin'?
What's poppin'?
Anyway, this contest will end on the 23rd of January, the day that Remind comes out. So you got about a month to enter and win a Funko Pop, courtesy of the Super SpikeGhetti Bros and the Ansem Report podcast.
A month late Christmas present.
Right.
Just like the Remind DLC
just
for
like
Xbox
the Remind
players.
DLC. Well, and for regular players. Anyway, bye. Man, Jason, you're looking slick. Where did you get that shirt?
Oh, this shirt?
Yeah. The one that says
Awesome.
Ansem Report Podcast on it, and it's purple.
Yeah.
It looks nice. Wow, is that the drawing that we have that the box made for us?
Yeah, she made it.
Oh, wow. Well, we put it on a shirt, and it's a limited time shirt.
Limited. Big time limited.
Big time limited. We're probably only going to sell these till like Remind comes out.
Right.
Because we want you guys.
This is OG shit.
To be the OGs. You guys are the OGs of the Ansem Report Podcast. And in 5 years, when we're the biggest podcast in the world, you'll be able to put on this shirt and go, I'm an OG. And everybody that's wearing their new designs will be jealous as fuck.
Like, oh, gee. I wish I had that
I wish
one.
I was an OG. The link for the store for Teespring is in the description. These are high quality shirts. I lowered the price significantly from what they told me to list it at. So I'm not making much. We're not making much money on these.
Oh, no. No.
I just want you guys, the people that have supported us from the beginning, you guys, to be able to buy a shirt if you want. That's his Ansem Report. There are plenty of styles. There's men's styles, ladies styles, unisex styles, hoodies, sweaters, different colors. I suggest the purple, but there's like blues and pinks and all kinds of blacks and grays. And it's this cool design that says Ansem Report Podcast. And you can see them as well in the store because that's how online stores work.
I might post a selfie.
Jason might post a selfie if he's feeling cute. Might delete later.
Might delete later.
I had a hoodie myself. I love it. It's soft. It's purple. It's beautiful. And Jason has a tank top he wears because he likes to show off his guns. And so these are all options to you guys. But it's a limited time. Limited time. There's a limited run. When Remind comes out, I'm probably pulling them. And then we eventually will have more merch in the future, but it won't be the OG merch.
No.
You are in line to get the OG merch. So go to teespring.com/stores/super-spaghetti-store to get your t-shirt. The link will also be in the description if you didn't follow that. But I'm going to read it one more time. teespring.com/stores/super-spaghetti-store to get your t-shirt for the Ansem Report Podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to the Ansem Report Podcast, episode number 47 of the Ansem Report Podcast. Jason, it is time for the Question of the Week. Except, a lot of you answered the question of the week after our recording day on Tuesday, which is fine. So we're going to catch up on last week's question of the week first before we go to the new question of the week.
Yes.
Last week's question of the week was spawned on by a suggestion that Merlin should drop in with the end Sid. And so it was like, what would you change a cutscene in Kingdom Hearts games? Tell us what you'd change.
Yeah.
We have Vodka, who says, I would just add a little moment in the Keyblade Graveyard where the Sea Salt Trio flip off Zenmus and Sayax in unison. I like that.
I like that.
Iron Sean says, I'd probably change the way Xehanort died. He went out like a bitch, should have fought to the death and had Sora killed his ass, LOL.
True.
Man of culture there, that Iron Sean. Raining Light says, I'm sure we all remember that cutscene in KH2 when King Mickey shows up just after you wipe the floor with Demyx and his frickin' dancing water. After a few awkwardly long pauses, Mickey's like, let's finish this battle for good. Then casually strolls across the wide open combat zone like you do when you're in enemy territory. But before he can sashay his way to the front lines, a random Heartless blasts a giant boulder at him. Naturally, his shield-wielding captain of the guards pushes King Oblivious out of the way and deflects the deadly rock with his head. He's sent flying across the courtyard and lays motionless on the ground. Sora and Donald run over to him. Donald tells him, you gotta get up. But the unconscious Goofy doesn't respond, which comrades take to mean that he is dead. Donald cries, Sora's in denial, and Mickey, who is still standing in the middle of the clearly still hazardous war zone, gets pissed and says, they'll pay for this, huh? And has himself a quick costume change before charging the battle. Donald gives a battle cry before following him. Sora seems to contemplate not leaving his loyal friend's defenseless form behind, but thinks better of it and charges into the fray. So they were describing the scene. Now, for this edit, I'm not asking for any character in the game that is so focused on hearts to check for a pulse, because adding that bit of logic would alter the following scenes too much. When Sora and Donald run to Goofy's side, all I want is for Sora to look at Donald and desperately ask him, Donald, can't you cure him? Donald ignores Sora, and the rest of the scene plays out like the original. Thank you, Rainy Light.
True. It's not like they get their ass knocked out in every single boss fight.
Right. And then
It's because he didn't have the stars over his head.
Oh, that would have been a good touch.
Or like birds or something.
I think they're stars.
No, I know they're stars, but normally it's like in cartoons, it's like you either got stars or like birds. Or
Hearts,
like,
stars, horseshoes, clovers, and balloons.
Yeah. All those things.
Anyway, Tyler Tyrum says, instead of Mickey going, they'll pay for this, have him go, they'll fucking pay for this.
Oh my God.
Let Mickey say fuck. He's been holding in for too long. Nomura Sugar Baby says, I would change the Vanitas cutscenes when Ven and Vanitas are fighting in his heart and make Vanitas show more of the desperation and pain he felt according to the BBS novel because Xehanort fucking abused him and no one knows about it.
Ooh.
Akuro says,
I shall go to heaven.
when Sora meets with the Twilight Gang again at the beginning of Cage 3, I would just want to add a scene where they ask about Kyrie. The last time they saw her in Cage 2, they were trying to look for her after Axel kidnapped her, and we're all worried and saying how she's found their friend too, but they don't say if Sora found her or anything. That's true. They don't really care about Kyrie.
Wait, say that again? I'm confused.
The Sea Salt Trio.
Yeah.
When they last saw Kyrie in Cage 2, Axel kidnapped her. And then when you see them in Cage 3, they're not like, hey, is Kyrie cool? Like, what happened to that red guy that kidnapped her? Wait, he's on our side now? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's implied that off-screen that happened. So now let's go on to the question of the week, which this week was, what are you most excited about with Remind?
What are you most excited for about Remind?
What are you most excited for about the Remind DLC? Wildcat Diana says, I am so excited for the Riku cutscenes. I thought the other Guardians looking for Sora was going to be a plot of the next Kingdom Hearts game, and we're getting it already? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Sean 2.0 says, I'm most excited for more story with the organization members. The exchange between Xigbar and Luke Sword, and the exchange from the first trailer between young Xehanort and presumably the Master of Masters.
That is top shelf.
It's
Kingdom
top shelf
Hearts
stuff.
Content.
Top shelf. Like a fine bottle of Grey Goose.
Yeah.
Top shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Music Box of the Night says, I hope we get some extra scenes with Marley Warley and Lark Scene because it's been a while since there was any development on their stories in Union Cross, and we still don't know who the killer of Starletzia is. As for the rest, I just want to get some updates from my favorite evil authority figure. It's been almost 3 years since back cover, and I need my mom fix. Fun fact, I don't even like Ray Chase as a voice actor all that much. I just feel like he really enjoyed himself voicing the Master of Masters, and I hope he'll give us more of that. And last but not least, I'm curious to find out about Yozora and a possible extended secret ending. Long story short, I just want them to move on from Xehanort and the North squad and dive straight into new stuff. As a wise Kylo Ren once said, let the past die. Kill it if you have to. That, little does the box know, that's my favorite Kylo Ren line. When he's trying to, like...
It really is. You used to say that shit way too often. Anyone who's watched, like, our Let's Plays around when that movie came out, and those trailers
because he's,
came
like...
out.
He's, like, trying to, like... ladies man Ray. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to, like... They call it negging.
Yeah, he is.
You know, he's trying to, like, say something negative about her. You're garbage. You're dirt.
You come from nothing.
You come from nothing. You know, and it's, like, so, like, funny to me.
Yeah.
Like, this guy who wears this, like, mask and a cape, and he's got, you know, and he's just, like, trying to do, like, fucking shitty bar tricks to get this girl, like, it just makes me laugh. Iron Sean. What excited me the most about the trailer was when Sora and Yozora said I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Gets me very excited to start a new journey with the Yozora squad. And as far as I'm excited for most of the DLC, I'm just glad we get to see exactly what happens to Sora after leaving to find Kyrie. Got to make sure my boy is safe out there.
I think what happens is they fusion hot, and then they go back into Yozora's world, fix Yozora's world, and then they go back to Sora's world.
What would their fusion name be, though? Because they kind of already have...
Yosora.
But that's not really... Okay.
Like, yo, Sora!
I think it'd be So Zora.
So Zora.
So Zora.
Well, it depends on who's leading it, because it's like...
Oh, that's true.
Vegito.
One would be So Zora, and the other one would be Yo Sora. Which is the same as Yozora.
Yes, then they got the blue eye.
And then one would be Go Tanks.
The blue eye and the red eye.
You're right. I don't know why when I said that it made me think of Zoolander when when he's like, "What is this? A center for ants?" And like his assistant is about to like say something, and Will Ferrell just goes, "He's absolutely right," like that. Where he's like, "It's okay. He's absolutely right." Like just doesn't, just like
this is awful.
Right. Who designed this? But he knows that Derek Zoolander's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I don't know why I brought that up.
Bring out the Zoolander world in Cage, please.
Oh, dude. Dude, teaming up with Zoolander and Hansel.
Ooh. Riding
razor scooters around, dude.
Yeah.
Having tantric sex orgies.
I was going to say, yeah, the orgy is like the team up move.
There's the guy.
They just fuck the shit out of the Heartless.
The little midget guy that's like,
That's what it ends with. It's just the close up on his face.
Good God. Skittles for Hannah says, moving on here. I'm probably most excited about the Final Fantasy squad in Yozora. I saw the leak first, unaware it was a leak, and I thought for sure it was fake when I saw Aerith. Very hyped and hoping for pre-order soon. I'm very hyped as well. I got it pre-ordered. Yeah. I'm ready to roll. I'm locked and loaded, dude.
Imagine a DLC that doesn't have Final Fantasy characters in it.
I can't.
That'd suck.
I can't.
We'd be like, no, Mira, why?
Imagine a DLC for any game that doesn't have Final Fantasy characters.
Imagine a DLC where it comes out a month later than other people get it.
That's not nice. Sean says, playing as Kyrie and the secret boss. Same answer as on the stream. We did ask this on the stream.
Yeah.
Also, I do not think Yozora is the secret boss. I believe he and Sora will team up against the secret boss. Well, then who's the secret boss? Sephiroth? That's lame. I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't really make sense for Yozora to team up with you against Sephiroth. It'd make more sense for Cloud to team up
maybe
with
that's
you.
Just the cliffhanger. That's just the end.
Possible. Black Havoc says, I'm most excited about finally playing as Kyrie. I feel like it was a missed opportunity for her to be playable at the end of DDD. She could have been the one to have enough love for Sora to dive into his dream and save him instead of Riku. I also hope Shion is playable too. And it does say in the DLC description that Sora doesn't have a corporeal form and plays through the other 7 Warriors of Light, which I hope Shion is included. He's right. He's right.
Terrible idea.
I'm just every time someone says something, well, like I agree with that one. So I don't know why I said it, but every time someone says something where I'm like I don't agree, but I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That's what I'm gonna go. He's right, like that. Sean bag wielding Shirthy says, playing as Kyrie! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! 100%! 100%! 100%! 100%! Gosh, even seeing people freak out to it makes me so hyped for it. Also, holy yuck, the Radiant Garden Crew Explorable, Scala and Yozora is just, and then a bunch of letters that I couldn't possibly pronounce in a good way.
You gotta do like the Tasmanian devil thing. Yeah, that's
I gotta tell you, when I was a kid, I worked a lot on that Tasmanian devil impression. I don't know why I did. I don't even aspire to be a voice actor now, but it was very important to me that I could do the Tasmanian. I think I just would do it to kids at school. They'd be like, "Whoa, you sound like the Tasmanian devil." I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, I do." APK1186, who's a newer member of the Discord, welcome, says, I am most excited to have more scenes with Riku and the Sea Salt Trio, as I felt there weren't enough of these characters in the original Lisa KH3. Being able to explore the beauty and mystery of Scala is another high point to look forward to, along with my intrigue of this new story of Sora's traversing hearts to make it back to Kyrie. I don't think there's a single thing in the last trail that I'm not looking forward to. It looks incredible. Agreed.
I think the only thing that I can really think of that hasn't really been shown at all in the trailer is more Twilight Town. Of the things that people have asked for.
That's true. People wanted the clock tower.
Yeah.
The bell tower. It's a bell tower, not a clock tower. Right? Or is there a clock on it too?
I think there's both.
It's a clock bell tower
on the side, and then
it's a bell clock tower.
Yeah.
A bell tower. A bell
tire.
Bell tire. Big Dan here with bell tire.
Teaming up.
Time to get a tune up, if you know what I'm saying. TK123456789, my favorite username in the Discord, says, "Sup, gentlemen? Sorry about the confusion from last week. Jason was right about the 3rd episode and the irony of it. Haha. Regardless, I think I'm most excited about any new info we get about Xigbar and the Foretellers, as I see that is where the story is jumping next story arc-wise. I think I just want to know who Luke Sword and Demix are. Tell me all your secrets, Nomura. As always, great podcast. We'll love to discuss lore more with you boys. Happy holidays, TK. Happy holidays to you too, TK. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Tyler says, what I'm most excited for are the extra playable characters. Still holding out hope for Axel, Don't Be a Coward, Nomura, and explorable Scala Ed Kayam. Since that's a cool location I wish we got more of. The mystery of Luke Sword is also pretty interesting. I like how he spells Luke Sword. It's Luke-Sword. SWORD.
Luke Sword.
Luke Sword.
Hell yeah.
So it threw me off so much. I was like, wait, is he talking about Star Wars right now? Or Luke Swordwalker? Anyway, that's his name, right? Jason, what are you most excited about with Remind coming up here?
I'm going to have to say I'm most excited to just get absolutely demolished, destroyed, fucked. Against my will.
Sir, I think you're in the wrong Discord server. I think you're in the wrong one.
These boss fights, I swear to God, I'm gonna do them over and 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 over.
I like how much you're gonna do them. I think it's perfect amount of doing them.
I think I said it 13 times. I don't think so. And over and over and over
I think
and
you
over.
said 358 times over 2.
That's probably what I'm most excited for.
Can I tell you what I'm most excited for? I need to know how big Leon actually is. Like, is that a perspective thing? Or is he really like 2 heads taller than Riku? Like, because what kind of drugs is he taking to get that big? That's some HGH. He needs to get put on a list, dude.
Right.
He needs to be banned from any kind of professional sport.
He's been working out with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, dude.
I guess, but even Dwayne didn't get that big that fast. Dwayne's a huge man.
He's massive.
Now. Dwayne, we were on first name basis, me and Dwayne.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hart. Not Jack Black, though. He doesn't like me very much. Anyway,
long story.
My what I'm really most excited for is everything, dude. It all looks so good.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm not excited for. I mean, I guess like I'm not someone that was going, oh, why can't we explore Scala and Kayam? But like I'm still excited it's there.
Yeah.
You know? Like, but I wasn't like asking for that, but we're getting it anyway. I wasn't asking for Playable Kyrie, but I'm fucking psyched it exists.
Right.
I wasn't asking to
get fucked by these bosses.
Fucked by these bosses, but here I am against my will. All right, we got a couple more answers of the question of the week from YouTube. Remember, you can always comment on the YouTube videos, and I will do my best to remember to read it. Sometimes I'm really bad at that. Vidax97 says, the thing I'm looking forward to the most in Remind is definitely seeing more about Yozora. Drek the Drek, good friend Drek the Drek, says, I look forward to more Roxas screen time. What happens to him here will dictate whether he gets shelved or not. We all know Nomura has a clusterfuck of characters to deal with, and Yozora's crew is going to muscle in their screen time.
True.
That's true.
It definitely, like, for people who really, really, really like any of the side games, it does kind of feel bad when it's like, you definitely have your favorite character, and you're like, oh, when are they gonna pop off or whatever, right? It's like me when I watch Dragon Ball, and I'm like, dude, Vegeta, he's gonna beat them, and then he doesn't, and then fucking
oh, here comes Goku.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just want fucking. You just want Roxas to take him out, but
I just want Krillin to throw some Destructo discs out there and cut everybody in half, dude. That's all I've ever wanted, and it never works.
It never does.
The only time it's ever worked is fucking Frieza did it to himself.
Yeah.
Let Krillin kill people. That's all I want. The dude 38356 says, "Great podcast. I'm so excited for Remind. I hope all the characters are playable. If Shion is playable, I'll explode in happiness. This will be a dream come true to play as best Kyrie. I can't wait for the Sea Salt Trio segments of this DLC, as well as that awesome Guardians vs. Nort section and all the new data bosses.
I'm sorry, but how you said great podcast, it just sounded like you were like he didn't really say that, but like you're just like, great podcast. This is the best podcast I've ever listened to in my life.
He really did.
I definitely don't have a gun pointed to my head.
He really did.
I will see my family later today.
But maybe I should just like start adding that in people's comments. Like,
I asked my girlfriend to marry me while listening to this podcast with her.
Oh, like
she said yes because of this podcast.
Like Kit Naoki commented recently. Shout out to Kit Naoki. Great podcast. Unrelated. Unrelated to anything this video is about, but the podcast art is so good.
Factual.
Great podcast, guys. Can you tell which one I'm lying?
Keep it up.
Really love the podcast. I'd like to give you $50 for every podcast I listen to. Wow, Kit Naoki, that's pretty crazy. I don't think that's necessary. You don't have to do that. But we appreciate the comment.
Yeah, I'll send you my PayPal.
So that was the question of the week. Next week's question of the week is...
like, describe Kingdom Hearts. Wrong answers only.
That's right.
One sentence.
Describe Kingdom Hearts in one sentence. Wrong answers only.
And I swear to God, if any of y'all hit us with a run-on sentence... I swear to God.
Jason, I almost said you're a grammar Nazi, but I feel like that's inappropriate. So, he's not a Nazi in any form. He just is really, grammar's very important to him.
I'm stingy.
Yes. Anyway.
But I want no run-on sentences. Complete sentences only. All right?
Oh my God.
I'll mark you down.
Easy, teacher, please.
It's like when you get that one asshole to like grade your homework, like you peer check or whatever, and they fucking mark you down, and you're like, that's fucking right. And they're like, I don't know.
I don't think so. I will say,
that looks like a 7. It's a 1. You dick.
I will say one thing I really like about our podcast right now is we're almost a year in of episodes, right?
Yeah.
We're at this is episode 47. And most people, if I ran a poll, it'd probably be 70% of people found us because they were looking for a way to listen to the Sleeping Realm Theory. That's our most popular podcast as far as views, and I've seen a lot of people say that, like, I started with Sleeping Realm, but you guys are funny, so I stuck around, which is really cool, and I love when people say that.
Right.
I've been seeing a lot. What happens is people will comment on the Sleeping Realm Theory, and then, like, 2 videos later, there'll be another comment, and then like 2 videos later, there'll be another, and eventually they catch up. They've binged all of our podcasts, and then they're in the Discord talking about all of the
shout
SpikeGhetti out to everybody
lore.
because that makes me feel good. Like, it's like the Sleeping Realm Theory. I get why it's their most viewed thing. It's a very popular Kingdom Hearts theory, and there's not really a lot of videos on it.
Right.
Like the videos that are on it, people didn't. Like HMK doesn't have like an hour-long video on the Sleeping Realm Theory.
No.
You know what I mean? So which is strange. You think, yeah.
You would think, like, with how some of them do their videos, like 10-minute video to talk about like one small thing. Yeah, you have like hours worth of content, and you make like a 10-minute video on it. What?
And I could be wrong about that. They might have videos. I just haven't seen them. The only video I've seen is when Barry Kramer was doing his Kingdom Hearts videos, and he was editing. His lore guy was like explaining the Sleeping Realm Theory to him while he was like doing art, and that's the only video I've seen on it besides ours. So, but anyway, I understand why people came for that,
right?
But then it feels good to have people go, "Hey, I like these guys. I'm gonna stick around."
They stuck around,
you know. That's awesome. And the most
came
recent
for the lore,
one,
stayed for the memes.
The most recent one was Shingles. So hopefully, when Shingles catches up to this one, he or she will be like, "Oh, cool."
Oh shit! They shouted me out.
It says, "Love the discussion. You guys' humor isn't over the top, and it was very informative towards the Sleeping Realm Theory, which is loaded. But y'all are making it easier to follow. You got a sub out of me, and I'm excited for more videos from you guys." Which it's like, whoa, that's awesome. I think he's gonna find our humor is over the top, and a little too much.
It does get off the rails.
Which I read that and I was like, oh no, right? But then This is how I know.
We warmed up.
He warmed up. So two episodes later, the one where we ranked the 13.
Oh geez, yeah, that was
13th episode.
That one is a little over
that one's
the top.
crazy over the top and ridiculous. And he says, LMAO, I know I fucked with y'all before, but the Shannon Sharp and hating on Skip Bayless equals priceless. I love you guys. No Sora cross Riku. Also, Demix is the worst org member, and Chain of Memories came out before KH2. Remember while playing KH2, we knew what Twilight Town was, but we didn't know who Roxas was. 358 over 2 days came out after KH2, which I made a mistake. I always get those confused.
Yeah.
Most of the comments I get on YouTube actually
are just like, Mike,
are people
you're
going,
wrong.
Hey, Mike, don't you remember that this is this? And I go, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, it's just me apologizing for the amount of times I spoke out of my ass and wasn't right. Like, a lot of our our Let's Plays have that.
Yeah.
Like, there was one, I felt bad because I think they thought I was mad at them. But someone commented saying, because I thought one of the nameless stars was Shion. Remember that? When we were playing KH3 the first time and you go to the final world.
Yeah.
And Shion hadn't really been revealed yet.
Yeah.
In the game. Like you hadn't really seen Shion at all. And you're talking to the nameless star who no one knows who it is. But they literally were just like, I can't believe you think that's Shion. How would you ever think that? And I was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't have all the information yet. That's how I responded.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm sorry if you thought I was mad. I just didn't get it. I was like, no, it's okay. Like, I mess things up all the time.
You ruined my day with that comment.
Yeah. I don't let comments ruin my day.
I stare at the ceiling.
I used to let comments bother me sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when I got in that argument with that guy about Spider-Man. That was that was a whole thing. Fuck that guy. Whatever his name is. He sucks. I don't really let him bother me now. Negative. I don't get a lot of negative ones anymore.
Right. You guys are
so cool.
Too
like
dope.
We get fucking videos sent to us about talking about how you appreciate our content, like for the holidays. Like that's
like they try and make us cry.
Dude, I
teared up.
I didn't cry.
I teared up.
I didn't cry, but it was very
I had a knot in my throat.
It was very humbling for me and very, very appreciated, and it really made me feel just blessed, you know?
Yeah.
And how lucky I am to be able to just talk bullshit with my brother at least once a week about a game series I love, and that people like it and want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Like that's just
and I know like a lot of people relate to it too, because it's like if I try and talk to anybody about Kingdom Hearts, like I have like one other friend who just joined the Discord and is our 97th.
Yeah, we're almost to 100 members on Discord.
We're almost to 100. That'll be hype.
Yep.
But like besides like you and him, I don't think I know anybody else who like knows Kingdom Hearts. Like they'll be like, oh yeah, I might have played one like forever ago, right? But if I'm trying to talk about like new shit, then it's like, oh, I just go in the Discord.
Well, even if they played
like
1 and 2, it's like,
it's
how
still
do you
outdated,
explain any of that? To them? How do you?
Right.
And then not very few people I know my age are gonna go, yeah, you know what? I'll play these 6 games to catch up. You know?
Yeah.
Terra's and we still haven't started Chain of Memories yet, so we've been busy. But like Addison, you know, he was besides you, he's my only friend that really, and even right now he's behind on it.
He's behind, yeah.
So yeah, it's great to have you guys around to talk Kingdom Hearts and
right.
And
well, I do a lot of just like reading in the Discord too.
Yeah, you don't comment as often as I do. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Now that you have your computer.
Because a lot of times it's like that was part of it. But like a lot of times I'm like reading like something that happened earlier in the day, right? And like I want to say something about that, but I'm like, oh, it's over.
The conversation is moved on.
It's like when you're in a group chat.
Yeah, it's 3 hours ago.
Right.
I'm not scared to tag somebody and bring it up.
Like
when they were talking about shipping us with Nomura and how it's incestual if all 3 of us hook up. And then they felt uncomfortable with the conversation they were having and said, these are real people.
These are actual people.
Stop talking about this. And I was like, for one, I'm with Nomura, and 2, it can only be incest or gay. It can't be both.
Right.
So
maybe in Yozora's world it can be both.
Maybe in Yozora's world. Anyway, thank you for letting me ramble about that. Blue Kingdom. has a secret Ansem report for us. Take it away, Blue Kingdom.
My choice to befriend the darkness here, in the midst of nothingness, was a sound one. The moment I stared straight ahead with a calm heart, neither rejecting darkness nor fearing it, I gained a newfound power, a superhuman power, the power of darkness. It is likely Xehanort and the others were enraptured by this power, eventually becoming its prisoners. I do not intend to allow my heart to be devoured by the darkness, as they did, of course. With this new power, I uncovered a corridor of darkness that connects the realm of nothingness to the outside world. While it is still difficult to come and go as I please, my banishment is now a thing of the past. To deceive Xehanort and my apprentices, I first used my power to change form before returning to the realm of light. As I had suspected, Xehanort had become a Heartless. Under my name, he commanded other Heartless in a quest to snatch away the heart of many different worlds. At the center of the heart Xehanort has stolen was Kingdom Hearts, which attracts tremendous darkness itself and attempts to send any and all matter back into its depths. The other 5 have disappeared. Have they become heartless, like Xehanort? Or did they vanish after Xehanort exploited them? I became familiar with a unusual entity while pursuing the truth.
How long is this goddamn report?
Almost done.
It is the soul and body that remain when a being loses its heart. When a Heartless is born, these entities disappear from the realm of light to be reborn as entirely new beings in a completely different realm.
Blue, I love you.
Secret answer report number 6. After you defeat the Grim Reaper during Sora's second trip to Port Royal, so the boss you hate the most. With the coins.
I mean, like, originally. Now I know the strat, but...
No, you hate him still.
He's kind of cool.
He's a little cool. This is more about how Ansem the Wise escaped the Dark Realm, how he figured out how to escape before the events of Kingdom Hearts 2. And it talks about his viewpoint of the events of Kingdom Hearts 1. And even at the end there, it kind of tips off what a nobody is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, I never thought about this. Did the 5 apprentices have Heartless?
I mean, it's like assumed.
But we never saw them.
Right. Well, like they should, because like Sora does what happened to them to himself, and he becomes a Heartless.
Right.
So
he becomes a little boy.
Yeah.
So it's possible they didn't become like premium Heartless.
Yeah.
Like
there's no way Zaldin doesn't though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Pure strength doesn't become a big Heartless boy.
Yeah.
That's a missed opportunity in Kingdom Hearts in general.
Yeah.
Is having
the Heartless of them.
The Heartless, and because after Kingdom Hearts 2, they reformed, meaning their Heartless was killed.
Was already killed, yeah.
So we're just supposed to assume it was just like a random like Heartless that we killed.
Yeah, they like just got killed by.
And that's lame. That's a missed opportunity. That's like 5 boss fights right there,
right.
if not more.
Yeah,
that would be dope.
Right.
And they're like, and like they can be like more fantastical in nature than like the nobody bosses, right?
True.
Like they're all just kind of dudes, but you could be like, oh, this is a dragon with dreadlocks. It's Zaldin. You know what I mean? Like that would be dope as fuck.
Right. Well, and it's like they do get kind of fantastical even anyways. Like the Marluxia fight's pretty insane.
Yeah.
But like you could do
But I'm saying you could make them like beasts, or you could make them more evil and sinister in nature.
Right.
Except Zaldin, he's already the most evil motherfucker that exists in the Kingdom Hearts universe. Unless he doesn't have a voice and he's a human.
Just take his organization fight and then just make him like anti-formed.
Yeah,
that's his. That's his.
Just like darkness around him. Yeah, that'd be scary. It'd be very scary. Yeah, I think that's a missed opportunity, dude. That would be dope.
Yeah,
if we could fight their Heartless, unless that's like what their absent silhouettes are.
No, I don't think so.
Canon-wise? That would be lame if that's like the actual canon reason. But.
Well, like, then Xemnas has one.
Oh yeah, and his Heartless is our boy.
Right. So that couldn't work.
Yeah.
But
wait, no, he doesn't have an absent silhouette.
No, he has the data fight.
Right.
Yeah.
So it does work.
It does work.
Because the absent silhouettes, it's just the main organization members, so the 11, right?
Like, you're telling me that we can't have a fucking Axel Heartless battle, dude?
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's what they're telling you. I bet Lexius is one of those cars that you fight in Toontown.
Yeah, the fucking unstoppable
He's
force.
Unstoppable, yeah. He's one of them car boys.
I want him to fight one of those, because then it's like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
It'd be like the samurai thing where he gets past it, and it's like, ting, like the shine, and he's just standing there holding this big, like, fucking wrench or whatever the fuck he fights with, his monkey wrench, and then the car just, like, falls in half. That's what would happen. Yeah, why does he have a wrench? He's like a fucking crescent wrench. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, Nomura. Don't give the guy a wrench. Oh, boy. He might be my favorite organization member.
Dude.
Like, the legend of him since we've started this podcast to me has grown and grown. And so I get to the point where I'm like, wait a minute. He's fighting with a fucking... It's not even a wrench. It's like a... what are those called? You, like, wench them to hold something together. It's like a press, or what's the other word for it?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. You spin the... You spin the thing. I know what it is.
I can't think of what the word is.
Yeah.
But anyway, he has one of those.
It's like a C press or
a clamp.
A clamp.
A clamp. He has a clamp for
He's
a
using
weapon.
A goddamn clamp.
A fucking giant clamp, handheld giant clamp.
And then he drags it on the ground.
That's not going to be good for it.
No.
I don't like that.
No
for
wonder
him.
that reaction command works, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the secret Ansem report. Not really a lot to say about that one, other than Lexius is a fucking boss. Thank you to Blue Kingdom for reading that. And Jason, that's going to do it for our show this week. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Next week, we will be back with episode 48.
Remember, question of the week.
And
wrong answers only.
Next week will be our official Christmas episode.
Oh my God.
Even though it will post after Christmas.
Mm.
But we'll be recording it before Christmas. We're recording on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas. So you guys hear this before Christmas, but then after Christmas, we'll talk more Christmas.
Have great
Most podcasts,
times.
they take that week off. Not us.
Not us.
Not us.
Watch something happen and we won't be able to record.
Because I'm talking shit. Yeah. Unless something catastrophic happens in either of our lives...
I eat way too much food on Christmas Eve or on Christmas.
We're doing it before our Christmas Eve party.
Yeah, but like that could happen.
Yeah, but it would happen after we record the podcast.
Yeah, no, but unless you edit it during Christmas Eve.
Maybe I will.
You madman.
I'm crazy.
You mad lad.
I'm just gonna have Jasmine wrap.
I'm trying to sabotage it with explosive diarrhea.
You could still shit while I edit, like that.
No, everywhere in your room.
Well, that would be very nice. I don't know why.
I can't control it. It's explosive.
Why would you be in my room? We already recorded the podcast.
I'd be like, how's the podcast? Oh God, no!
Jesus Christ. If that ever happens, the podcast is ending, period.
I have to like hold myself down to the chair so I don't lift off into outer space. Why?
Anyway, Jason, end the fucking podcast, just end it, please. Say the thing that ends it. Say the thing that ends it.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Thank you.
What's your favorite bloke in
Oh shit, we gotta
Minecraft?
record the ads.